how does hypersaturation begin, and how would you describe it to folks who may not know about it?
One of my hobbies is collecting books and magazines, manga. I love reading graphic novels. I love looking at fashion magazines. And so I just wanted to provide a fashionable home for our local artists and have a place to be able to showcase their art full color and in a physical form. I felt like through the pandemic, art became really digital. You know, there was a need for digital parties, DJs DJing on their phone, but we're past the pandemic now, and I want people to put their phone down, pick up a copy of Hypersaturation, and go to the park and read.
Yeah, really just be physically involved within the arts. And I agree, I'm a huge art book collector, and I prefer reading art books and reading an article or reading a digital copy on there. So that's really important for folks. And so it just began just from an idea?
Yeah, pretty much. I wanted to work in the magazine field, in the publication field. I wanted to be a writer for Rolling Stone or an editor for Vogue, but they don't really hand those jobs out too often, or for people that has never been in the publication field. So one of the biggest lessons you learn about being an artist for 25 years, as I have been, is that if you want something, you just need to do it yourself.
That is true. You just got to do it. You got to lead your own, lead your own dreams. I always say, as an artist myself, I'm like, if I don't see the change happening or what I want to see around me, I'm just going to do it myself. And usually that works.
Right, exactly.
So what about the content and the theme? So how do you pick the themes for Hypersaturation?
Our first three were we call them our mixtape issues. They were open submission, open call, we wanted to celebrate all things off color. And we got a lot of submissions, like enough to fill three magazines. And then we came up with themes, ideas that were just kind of basic words. There's like food, tattoos, and
fashion.
Thank you, God. Food, tattoos, and fashion. Then from there, we took the words and fleshed it out, like just the one words, and I think fleshed it out into what they became, which, if you wanted to expand on that.
Yeah, we also, so we pretty much meet once a week, and during our meetings, we plan out, we have to plan out at least 2 months in advance. It takes 3 weeks to get the magazines from the printer, and it takes, 5-6 weeks to get everything all together. So that's 2 months right there. During those 2 months, we're talking to artists, we're gathering art. If I'm at the magazine stand and see a cool magazine, I'll get it to
for
inspiration. And yeah, if something works well, we'll try to incorporate it in our magazine.
Oh, it's beautiful. So speaking of that, what do you think sets you guys apart from all the other art magazines?
Definitely the number one thing that sets us apart is that this magazine is created by Joshua and Courtney. It is our unique perspective. It is our unique take on curating things. We do look at a lot of references, but a lot of the time we're finding that our natural instincts is what pushes us to the next level.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Courtney? Do you have any thoughts to add to that?
Would like to add the tangibility aspect of it. I think that's important. There's a lot of webzines out there, and a lot of. I think what also sets us apart is I feel like it's very in depth, and it takes a lot from both of us, emotionally and mentally, and in a good way.
What is your feedback from the community? How do the artists feel? I know it's almost all positive, which is great, but what are your thoughts? What are some comments that you've gotten back?
The community as a whole just really has opened up and accepted it. And we've made so many amazing connections through that we wouldn't have made before. So.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about the socializing aspect of it. Now you're being able to create and really meet new people in this creative field that you've never really even thought to probably even think about before or even meet.
Yeah, especially as someone who is incredibly introverted. Yeah. So,
I get that introvert life.
Our most recent issue, we did a tattoo issue where we interviewed 10 tattoo artists. And while I was interviewing the tattoo artists, one of the things that they loved about being in this issue was that they were going to be able to connect with other local tattoo artists. So not only are we connecting tattoo artists with people that are curious about tattoos, but we're also connecting the tattoo community.
Oh my
which
gosh.
What we found out with the tattoo community, it's a very, everyone teaches each other. Everyone, in order to tattoo better, you have to go and watch people tattoo and get inspired by their art, ask questions, and that learning and that education is just an added bonus.
So
of
it really
this,
bridges the
mag.
divide between the communities. Not that
Definitely.
there is a divide, but it kind of just bridges us all together so we all know each other. The
Right.
divide is not knowing each other. And now we are because we're all in this one publication together.
Yeah. I mean, there is a divide as far as the online community. The algorithm will tell you
true.
what to see, and it's easy to miss some of the amazing things going on right underneath your nose. But with this magazine, we're hoping to really showcase a lot of artists that might get buried or left behind.
Ah, that's beautiful. And one more thing before we go, how do folks submit to Hypersaturation? How do they submit an entry to be in there?
Yeah, we're on Instagram at Hypersaturation. Send us a DM. Also, come to one of our parties. And then hypersaturationmagazine@gmail.com. So yeah, send us an email, send us some art, tell your friends, come and find us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Josh, and thank you, Courtney. I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you.
Thanks for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.